The Chinese virus has slammed the U.S. into a bear market. It has also ended the longest bull market in history. From the all-time high on February 19th at 33.86 for the S&P 500, we hit the low in March and we're down 33.92%. With a strong rebound as of Friday's close, we were down only by 15.11%. So, to gain a better understanding of the markets and where we came from, but more importantly, where we may be going, I have some selected charts from Advisor Perspectives. These charts will help give us a better context of what investors are facing. And we have several charts, so let's go. The S&P 500 ended the week on a higher note. It was up 3% from last Friday. Again, from the February highs, we are down 15.11%. For the year to date, we are down 11%. But it feels much worse than that. For a longer term perspective, here's a snapshot of the index going back to 2010. Using a logarithmic scale, things don't look so bad. Well, maybe not. But looking at this chart, we should realize that we got through the Great Recession, so we'll get through this as well. This chart here goes back to 2009 and shows the various drawdowns. The top of the chart is obscured, but is supposed to show the record highs. But the important part you can see quite well, and that is the drawdowns over this time period. We quickly went from record highs to a bear market and back to only 15.11% decline. But as I said in the market update on Saturday, this is not over, and we have plenty of room for volatility. This chart here shows the same information as the previous chart, but this is from 2007 and is based on a logarithmic scale, which gives it a little bit better perspective. And now back to a linear scale version of the same chart with the 50 and 200-day moving averages. The 50-day is the green line while the 200-day is the red line. Both colors I have difficulty with, so I hope you can see them well enough. And this chart here is somewhat interesting. It shows the sense of correlation between the closing price and intraday volatility. It overlays the S&P 500 since 2007 with the intraday price range. The dark blue line is a 20-day moving average to help identify trends in volatility. The light shaded blue is the S&P 500, and the red dots indicate the volatility. What's interesting is that from 2008 to 2009, that was a wild ride. Although the current market may not be fun, the length or duration and the volatility of the current market, it's not as bad as 2008, 2009. Well, at least not yet. And this chart we've not talked about for a while. It's a chart of margin debt versus the S&P 500. And there's a delay in the data from FINRA, so it goes up to only late March. And although not a great timing chart, it is a decent contrarian chart. And what I find interesting is that the margin debt was declining from that high in early January. And now there's a decent separation between the two. Now, I'm not sure if that means the S&P 500 will decline yet because the Fed has provided so much liquidity, but in time I think the relationship will come back to normal, whatever that may be. And this last chart is a look at major sectors in the ETF world since February 21st. As expected, hotels and airlines have been hit pretty hard. They're down 67.2% and 58.4%. Also, as expected, healthcare and consumer staples are at the upper end. They're down only 14.6% and 16.1%. Now, I'm focusing on energy, which is the third or fourth worst sector. So take a look at this chart and pick your poison. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.